Understanding the communication trap and the games that women play, man. Guys, have you ever noticed how men beg for women, or the men who actually beg for women are always getting the least from women? And the ones that move with one mind, one thought, one way never seem to chase, yet it seems like the women are always chasing them. And I want to let you guys know, this is not by accident. This is not some complicated system, and this is not something that you can just pick up and play like a hat or something like this. This video is actually about that trap. It's about the crumbs. It's about the fake attention that women are actually doing to a lot of young men out here without playing those games. And a lot of guys actually walk right into these things because they have no idea about the crumbs, because their mindset is totally different from everybody else's. But if we want to look at what is a coochie crumb, a crumb is the smallest piece of attention a woman can actually give you. It's just enough to keep you around, but never enough to move things forward as far as getting in the bedroom, having sex with her, or doing something nasty and naughty. Crumbs, gentlemen, are not real interest. They are not real effort. They are things that saying a woman is just keeping you around, playing games with you because she really doesn't care about you. Gentlemen, the thing about a crumb, crumbs are replies that she'll give you saying, LOL, you're funny, oh, that was a good joke, that was a funny meme or something like that. Or a crumb, she'll like your story but never make time to see you. She'll call you sweet, kind, adorable, cute, and everything underneath the sun, but again, not actually pushing things forward in a sexual manner. And I get it for many of you guys out there, when you get these kind of crumbs for women, you feel really good about yourself. You feel that, you know what, I need to keep investing more of myself to this woman. You keep texting her, you keep calling her, you keep bothering her, you keep trying to prove yourself and all of this. And you think at the end of the day, as long as I move this way and give women exactly what I think I want to give a woman, that I'm actually going to win in this. And that's not the truth at all. Guys, most of you guys out here, unfortunately, will always accept a woman's crumb because you're afraid of loss. You're afraid of, if I push it forward to something else, is she going to leave me? And you think in your mind that I'd rather take a little bit of something than a whole lot of nothing. And most of you guys actually think you're building something with her, but actually in her mind, she's already categorized you as her friend and everything like that. And you're the guy that she knows that she can message you when she's bored. She can reach out to you when she needs something fixed. When she needs a shoulder to cry on, she can reach out to you, and you're never going to be anything more than that except the guy that's going to run behind her and answer her. You are the guy that's going to listen to all of her feminine, boring problems. You are going to do everything you can to hold on to the crumbs, because in your mind, that's the best that you're ever going to do. And you would rather have the crumbs than actually take the meal, which is absolutely crazy. And this is why she'll tell you she's busy. This is why she'll tell you she needs more time. This is why she tells you that she's shy. This is why she tells you all this, I need space, or I'm afraid of getting hurt. And that's not the truth at all. You know what? If she actually really wanted you guys, she would make it very clear, because women are always going to make it clear when they're interested in somebody. And women are always going to give you what they feel that you actually deserve. And when you're over here begging for time, you're begging for attention, what you're saying is, I don't value myself enough in the communication between the two of us for you to actually see what kind of man I am, my value, my worth, my standard. And when you're actually begging for her time, what you're saying is that you are more important to me, and I would do any and everything just to be around you, or around not just around you, but just to be in your presence. And I think a lot of guys go wrong because when they're looking at a woman's presence and they're looking at things like that, they think or assume that because she's giving me a little bit of something that I can go ahead and I'm actually winning. But are you actually winning? No, you're not winning. You're actually losing, okay? They're going to give you what they think you deserve. And a lot of guys out here is that she knows that with a crumb, that crumb can fill your need. She knows that you know in your mind you can't get better. She knows that she is the prize. And what is she going to do? She is just going to give you enough of herself to keep and maintain that hold, that power. Why? Because she knows that you don't believe in yourself. And she knows that as long as you don't believe in yourself, that you're always going to be open to BS, and you're going to be open to her games, and you're going to be open to all the stuff that she does to you and stuff like that. And please understand that the crumbs that she gives you, these are not sexual crumbs. They're not physical crumbs. There are emotional little gap spaces that she knows that you will accept because you are not going to push the narrative. You are happy and satisfied with just the little things she's giving you, because in your mind you're thinking in your head, I've never had a woman like this before. I've had a woman talk to me like this before. Always in my dreams, whether it's junior high school or wherever you've been at, you're always thinking to yourself, this is the woman I always wanted, and I'm not going to do anything to mess that up. So I want to make sure I do everything just to accept the crumbs. And what I'm saying to you guys is every time you respond to the crumbs, you are actually teaching her more about you than you can imagine. You teach her that she doesn't have to give more. You teach her that she can just do the bare minimum. You teach her that, you know what, when you're bored, when you're tired, or you don't want to do something, you can talk to me. And that's what we got to talk about, guys, today, because I don't want you guys to fall in this trap anymore. It is a trap that is going to trap you and keep you exactly where you are until you actually learn the game, gentlemen. Let's give you an example. Let's say you text her, all right, and you ask her how her day was, which is very bad in your point, because you should never ask that woman that question. But a lot of you guys will do that because most of you guys want to try to do everything you can to keep the communication going by asking basic, bland questions. So you ask her, how was your day? She replies to you hours later. You know what? She'd say busy, LOL. And then you'll write back to her, no worries, hope everything is going well with you. And she doesn't answer. And then the next day you'll text her again, good morning, beautiful, or something like that. And then she will reply back, oh, you're so sweet, with a little freaking smiley face emoji. Do you see what I'm saying? You're so sweet is the crumb. And what that crumb is going to make you do, it's going to make you feel good for 10 seconds, even when she goes quiet for 24 hours. But what happens is she trains you to keep that pattern going. And you keep sending her the memes. You keep sending her the compliments. You are the one that keeps checking in. And what is she learning about you? She is learning that I don't have to invest in this man because he's already invested in me. And no matter what you say, no matter what you do, it is never going to change the way she thinks about you or the way she feels about you, gentlemen. See, the thing is, gentlemen, about the trap, it is not just what she does. The trap is in what you keep doing as an individual. You guys, the problem is you're too busy. You're always trying to talk. You're always trying to explain. You're always trying to get your point across. Why would you do that? What is the point of trying to do that if she's not actually giving you any play or any time? You're really actually wasting your time in these moments right here. But gentlemen, what she knows and you don't know and you don't understand is that the way you're talking to her and the way you're communicating, all of this is based and driven by fear. The fear of losing her, the fear of being alone, the fear of not being enough. And whatever your fear is, gentlemen, you are the one that knows it. I really don't know you well enough to say what your fear is. But because of those things, your words are going to get soft, okay? All right, and they're not in alignment with what she needs as a man. And you communicate like this. You'll say to her, it's okay, talk to me when you're free, no pressure, and everything like that. And every time she hears you kiss her ass or take her crumbs, all she hears from you is that you are above me. You are more important to me. And I'll do whatever it takes for you to acknowledge me, because I am not going to acknowledge myself. And this is where we've got to fix the issue and the problem. You see, when you have one thought, one mind, one way, and you learn the game, gentlemen. So when you're locked into the game, gentlemen, one thought, one mind, one way, you're always locked into a thing called alignment. And when you're aligned with yourself, you think and move totally different than everybody else. So when you are locked in alignment with what you want, you already know what you want. And one thing the first thing is you're gonna realize that I'm not a crumb snatcher. I am not going to chase crumbs. I know what it is I want. And for me, and as y'all start to learn the game, what I want to do is I want to realize that I'm going to invite her to be selected into my world. That's it. No sex, no running behind her, no trying to play games, no manipulation, no gimmicks, nothing. That is it. And I am not going to send 20 or 30 or 40 text messages to get one reply. Guys, I always believe this. Action is truth. And the thing is, I always like to sit back and watch how women move. And when a woman moves the right way, I give her more of my time. If she does, okay, listen to me, it's very important. A woman does not have to reply back to me. A woman can do whatever she wants to do. And that is something that I understand, but for some reason, a lot of you guys don't understand, because most of you guys seem like you feel like that she has to reach out to you, and she doesn't have to do anything. There is no written rule to state what women should and should not do, okay? And I am never going to sit around the phone waiting for a woman to reply back to me. Matter of fact, the phone is never really near me anyway. Man, it's crazy. My joystick is closer to me than my phone is, or my remote control is closer to me. And I'm gonna make it simple and clear to you guys out here. At the end of the day, I'm not rude, I'm not angry, I'm not bitter, I'm just something weird, I'm just firm. I don't play to or beg to be seen, okay? I'm not gonna stand in line to be chosen by a woman. I just can't move, think, and operate that way, because the moment I do that, I'll accept her crumbs. See, let's go ahead and take a moment and compare how a begging man does it versus a man that has game. Again, she'll say something like, sorry, I've been really busy. The guy that's kissing her ass is gonna say, it's okay, we can get together something. He'll say, it's okay, we could probably hang out whenever you want. See that right there? No, remember, guys, in the game, we're always gonna put a woman to an action. So if a woman is saying, I'm sorry, I'm busy, listen, baby, you have to be sorry to me. You can make it up to me later. If she's near you, you can make it up to me later. I'll come by, you can go ahead and cook me a meal, and then we can get this thing started, okay? If she's not near you, okay, you know what? Hey, listen, I'm not mad at you, and you don't need to apologize to me. This is what we're going to do. What we'll do is that if you're free later on tonight, we'll go live and we'll get you to play with yourself. Or if you want to, if you're gonna take a shower later on, I got a good way you can make it up to me. We can go live on video. You take a shower and let me watch what sorry looks like. Do you see the difference right there? Do you see the difference? When a woman is saying busy to a man, it's like, it's cool. I'm not trying to beat around the bush with you. I'm fine with what's going on and all this other stuff. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put her in a position of action and not actually beat around the bush. She'll probably say something like, I'm not sure what I want right now. And then guess what? The guy that's thirsty for the crumbs, I'll wait for you. Take your time. I'll be here waiting like a chick like in the 1950s waiting by the telephone. No, when you have this game, man, when she says that, I get it, all right? I do. It's cool, but listen. Hey, listen, you go ahead and take care of yourself. And I hope you find what you're looking for. That's it, gentlemen. But why am I saying that? I am saying that because women know what they want, gentlemen. And sometimes women are going to challenge and women are going to test to see what kind of man you are by the things that they say. And if you allow women to slide on that bullshit of, I'm not sure what I want, then you're going to be the problem. When a woman says she's not sure what she wants, I'm going to respect what she's saying. She's not sure. I'm fine with that. But I'm not going to trip over that, and I'm not going to get mad over that. What I'm going to realize is that I'm wasting my time with this woman. And the moment I feel like I'm wasting my time with somebody is the moment I'm going to what? I'm going to remove myself from that situation. I am not sitting around here getting crumbs from somebody. I'm not a crumb snatcher. I'm not going to do that, and we're not going to do that. She has every right to say that she doesn't know what she wants. But I've got every right to say, it's cool, take care. Remember, I give you that, man. Just let her know. Look, I'm not tripping over that. Hey, listen, you know what? Things happen, and not every day women know what they want, and it's cool. And the fact that you don't know what you want tells me you're not the right kind of woman I need to select in my life, because I want women who know what they want. And if you don't want me, which is your right not to want me, then I will remove myself from that situation, because it is at that moment, anything I do after you say that, after a woman says, I'm not sure what I want, and in that moment that you sit around and you try to justify it or keep talking to her, you're telling her at that moment, I've got to try to impress you to get you to change your mind. And as a man, we're not doing that. We don't move that way, ever move that way. See, a woman can feel when a man is laced in the game, okay? Because a woman knows that, listen, my time is everything, and I'm not all in with you. I'm all in with myself. I'm not confused, nor am I desperate. It's just, I'm not going to sit around and waste my time. I will not do it. There is no rule that states that I have to waste my time with you, and I choose not to waste my time. I choose not to be what you think I should be, you know, that sucker out there waiting. I'm not doing that. And the way I communicate is letting her know that, look, and here's the thing anyway, you're not the only one. And I can easily just remove myself from the situation to talk to somebody else. And see, gentlemen, the games will always end when you stop playing games. And here's the hard truth a lot of guys don't want to hear. She can only play games if you stay on the board. Remember, gentlemen, realities. If you're stuck in her reality, that means you're playing by her rules. That means you're on her board. And the problem is, as long as you're on her board, she controls the narrative. And if you respond to her crumbs, you are always going to keep that bullshit game alive. If you chase after nothing, you're going to be the fool or the clown in not your story, but her story. See, gentlemen, I'm not saying be mean to women. I'm just saying the moment you stop accepting the crumbs, everything is going to change, because you're not a crumb snatcher. Man, my allergies, Jesus Christ. You're not a crumb snatcher and everything. See, you have to start by reading her actions instead of her excuses. And you have to see if she moves a certain way, we just remove ourselves from that. Guys, I'm not trying to complicate this. All right, so let me give you an example, man. All right, 2 guys, 1 woman, all right? And most people don't understand. Most guys will run after crumbs, other guys don't. I'm not going to jump right. If a woman says to me that she's bored, I'm gonna put her to an action. But the man that, when a woman says she's bored to a man, he is going to pacify the behavior by having a conversation about a bunch of nothing. And that's what hurts everything. See, the thing is that when a woman asks, what are you doing? Guy that wants crumbs is gonna play it safe and just tell her basically what he's doing. I'm watching TV. I'm sitting around doing this or I'm doing that. Now, gentlemen, I'm gonna shock you. There's nothing wrong with saying that. What is wrong is that there is no action that you are putting behind the statement. That's what's wrong, okay? What the problem is that when a woman asks you what you're doing, first of all, you're gonna rush to answer that because you're so hungry for her attention, you don't realize it. So that's like strike 1. Strike 2 is that you're not putting her into an action, and that's gonna hurt you more as well. Now, when you have game and a woman asks what you're doing, and I see it, I'll answer it, but I'm not in a rush. It's like your phone's gonna go off, your phone's gonna ding, or you'll have a bunch of messages from a lot of women. You just choose, first off, you choose the one you wanna talk to. Second, when you do talk to her, I'm gonna move this to an action. If you're asking me what I'm doing, I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing when you do the action that I'm asking you to do. Sure, they wanna know what you're doing. And again, look, guys gonna get weird for you. They're gonna say, send me a picture. They're gonna say, I miss your voice. Can you send me a voice message? I miss looking at you. Can you send me a video? So the requests women are gonna give men with game is gonna be totally different. Now, when she knows you're a crumb snatcher, she's just gonna get basic with you. But when she wants some of that cake or wants to give up some of her cupcakes, she is going to flirt a little bit more. I miss hearing your voice. Give her a voice message. She's gonna compliment you on how sexy you sound. Listen, not only do I want to see what you're doing, take a photo. Let me see you in that moment of what you're doing. Guys, you see the difference? You will know if you're a crumb snatcher or she's gonna give up those cupcakes by the way she communicates herself with you. And I think a lot of guys miss that, okay? And a lot of guys out here, they expect a woman to put everything in, but their effort is really weak. And what I'm saying to you guys, that's the beautiful thing about being a man. I don't ever give slow effort. I want to make sure she understands who I am, what I am, why I am, and I'm not putting effort into her. I'm always putting most of the effort into myself because I'm not sitting around worrying about what she wants to do or how she thinks. So at the end of the day, gentlemen, the way we've got to move on all this is, what are we accepting from her? What are we sending back? And if you're not putting any action towards anything, you're going to get the same result that you are normally going to get. And that is actually going to be crumbs. Because at the end of the day, you're not a crumb snatcher, okay? When you're one thought, one mind, one way, you're cold and clear, okay? You are the prize. You're going to speak like the prize. And you're going to move her in certain kind of directions to show her that she needs to maneuver and move a certain way if she wants your time. And if she doesn't have to move that way, but if she doesn't, you give it to somebody else. I don't want you to take crumbs anymore. You are better than that. And as long as you take her crumbs, she is always going to hold a power position over you because she realizes that you are the one that's running and chasing behind her. Now, the difference between us, gentlemen, which is crazy, is that we're not necessarily playing games with women, and we're not necessarily putting ourselves in a position to say that a woman has to chase us. No. The thing that women love to chase above all things that most guys don't know is that women love to chase the intimacy and the fun, and they love to chase the guy that is interesting. that she knows when a woman talks to me, one thing she is going to know above all things is that we are going to have a great conversation, a good time. And once that thing is over, and once we begin, and once we stop, and once we start talking, stop talking, she is going to feel a certain way, and she is going to enjoy what the two of us have created amongst ourselves. And that's the thing that I always want to share with you guys. I want you guys to win in these ways I always want to make sure that every interaction that you have has to be able to push her somewhere. And if you're not going to push her anywhere and you're just going to accept her crumbs, she is never going to see you as a guy that she wants to sleep with. And I'm not saying crumbs as in show me your booty and things like that. I'm saying put her into a flirtatious action that creates sexual tension. Guys, it's the end of our video, but not the end of our discussion. If you love what you hear, guys, please understand we have live shows all week long where you can talk to me live. We have a live call-in show. Yes, you can call in and talk to me live with text messages, dating questions, or anything that deals with the game, and I will spit that off the top of the dome. But guys, remember, this is the beautiful thing about the game, and this is the beautiful thing about you when you become a student of the game. If you want your pathway, guys, we have created a brand new PDF file that's more detailed on the pathway to give you better instructions on how being a student of the game. So just send us an email at themanmindset@gmail.com. Ask for your pathway. We'll send you a brand new PDF that has more depth and more instruction on what it is you need to do to take the steps to become the student of the game. But if you like this video right here, you're going to enjoy this video right there beside me, guys. Please make sure you check that video out because everything connects. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace.